Hi there, a very good morning and good afternoon to all of you, depending on wherever you're watching me. This is Simply Stocks, and I'm live in this live session with you all on YouTube. I apologize for being late. I was planning to get online by 1 p.m. just before that, but a lot of things cropped up, so that's why a little late. Actually, my child is not well and had to visit a doctor and take care of him. Just the usual things with change of weather as we traveled to the you can say that to the plains, and it's extremely hot there, so change of weather. So a little bit of you can say upset of the health has taken place in my family with my child. So that's why a little bit late. Otherwise, I would have been online at around 1 p.m. So a slight change with regard to that. Mr. Ismail, Assalamu alaikum. Ramzan Mubarak to you. Mina, very good afternoon to you. So hope you all are doing well. And since this was an extremely important session that I was thinking about, so just as I came back, so I went online and have been trying to be online and talk to you. Afternoon, Mr. Prakash, Srinivasan, hello. So hopefully we can see a little bit of movement in the Nifty. We'll discuss about the Nifty in the slight detail, and then I'll discuss about one point about short-term investing that I used to miss out earlier, and I hope you don't miss out. And this is the best probably a way to short term trade invest into the market. If you're a positional trader, probably you can do like this and be more happy compared to doing something else. So we'll discuss about that, and then I'll answer your questions as well. All right. So be kind about rate hike rather than answering later on. What I can say is that yes, rate hikes will take place from June onwards, and that will have an impact on the market. So that's all that I can say. Hello, Mr. Srinivasan, Ranjit. Hi. Sorry, Baljit. Hi. Very good afternoon. So since it's a Sunday afternoon, let more people join in, and then we'll discuss about those pointers that I wanted to discuss about short-term investing. Apart from that, let's first begin the session by talking about the markets and how things have panned out for the next couple of minutes. So, 17,670, very interesting levels. And Friday was a very interesting session as well. So 17,400, 450 became a support, which was a resistance earlier. And the market went up at least 200, 250 points higher from there on in. Now, there are two things that could happen in the market, and that's where this market is probably poised for either a collapse or a further up move of 400, 500 points. So uh, I believe that once 17,750 sustains, if that happens, because we are going to have a gap up opening hopefully on Monday above 17,700. If 17,750 to 17,770 levels sustain and the market trades above that for an hour or 2 hours, I could say that contrary to what many people are saying, that okay, this is the time to sell and immediately the market would fall, I would believe that the market is headed towards something like 18,000, 18,100 over the next 3 4 sessions, and then probably there will be a topping out pattern slowly, and even then mid and small cap may perform by start of next week. It may perform till start of next week, and then we could probably see markets topping out and declining. So in my opinion, we could be headed 400, 450 points higher than where we are. On the other hand, what else can happen if 17,750 do not sustain at all? Then our line in the sand is 17,480, 500. If the market reverses completely and 17,500 do not hold, then we are headed towards 17,000 very quickly. Why I believe that 17 this reversal may not happen so quickly is that there is not a lot of room for correction. I mean, from 17,000, 17,100, which seems a strong support now, the market has hardly moved up to 2.5%, although from the bottom it has moved up nearly 2000 points. So what I want to say here is that, relatively speaking, based on numbers, based on valuation, based on the kind of numbers that would come in FY23, so my earlier estimate in FY23 was 850 rupees, 840 rupees for the year in EPS terms. But in my opinion, now the Nifty EPS with the you can say dollar at 76, and we are looking at, sorry, rupee, sorry, dollar at 76 rupee, and then oil prices above 100 and may remain between 90 and $100 for at least for the next 6 8 months. I think we are looking at an EPS of 780 rupees, no more than that, for you can say 770 rupees, no more than that, for FY23. And based on 770 rupees EPS, I think any level closer to 17,000, 17,400, 500 is a reasonable level to expect as a median for Nifty. And that is why I believe that market, what will happen is market will either go down below the median of 17,200, 300, so may go to 17,000, 16,800, and that will be the buying opportunity, and may go up for 500 points above that. So if you look at 17,300 as your level, 17,800, maybe 18,000, that's where the market could top out. So I think 17,950, 18,000, 18,100 at best is where we are headed. We are at 70,670 at the moment. So that is why I believe that if market has to do an exaggeration, what it did in March was an exaggeration when uh, we thought, as analyst here, we thought that 16,600, 500 should hold on, at least 16,200, 100 should hold on, and market went to 15,700. So market went down 500 points more. Similarly here, 5 600 points more, because 16,300 should have held on. Similarly here, if I'm believing that 17,300, 400 should be a median level for the Nifty, based on FY23 numbers, which have been re-evaluated. I think 600 points higher from there is very much possible. Market exaggerates on the upside, and that is where people get trapped into. Let me know if I'm wrong here. So 17,900 is possibly a target. I'm not saying that tomorrow we could peak out. There could be 1 or 2 days of consolidation and then a big move and then a decline. That's what I feel could happen in the market. So next 4 or 5 days, you could make very good money in the mid caps if you are having mid cap stocks. They could go up 8 to 10% over the next 1 week. And that's where probably one needs to be extremely cautious. And if you're making money, try to book profits. If you are a short term investor in the market, if you are investing for 3 months like me, 3 to 6 months, if you are for the long haul, wait for a correction to 17,000 to accumulate more stocks. Do not do anything at the moment. Do not sell, do not buy, do not do anything. This purely what I'm talking about at the moment is for educational purposes. You can look at the charts and analyze yourself. 17,750 is a strong resistance. Once that is taken out, we could see a 300 point rally. So basically, the market is moving in a band of 300 points. Uh, you have it, so 300 points band between, say, 17,000, 17,150, 17,450, 17,750, 18,050. It's like that. And 16,850, 16,550, 16,250, 15,950. And once 15,950, 16,000 broke, that was where we were very nervous that 15,000 may come in. But from 15,700 the market reversed. So that is why I believe that although analysts and everybody believes that 17,750 will remain as a resistance, market could go up another 200 points, 250 points from there, and then top out. And these from 17,650 to 18,000, this 350 point you can say run up that we'll see, which is a 2% run up, we could see a good 7 8% move in mid and small cap stock, or even a 10% move. So that's where you need to be cautious, probably book profits there, wait for declines, and then buy into the stocks again. That is basically what I want to say. Thanks a lot, Anirudh, for your contribution. Tata Elxsi 70 shares at 6435. What price to exit? I think at current levels, I think if you get a move towards 9,000, 9,200 book profits, you made good money on it. It's good to book profits. And that is why even I could not control myself. And when I bought at around 6,000, I sold at around 6,600 or so. Should have held on, but at the moment, what it feels like that 9,000, 9,500 seems like a resistance, and the stock could again come back to 7,000 levels. So what one can do is book profits here and then look to buy around 7,000, 7,200. I think 6,500 to 7,000 now becomes very big support level. So any you can I see a major decline in the market once the market tops out at around 18,000 or 17,900. I see a good 1,000 point decline in the market, and slowly gradually it will happen because numbers would kick in and numbers will not be that great, and the other and the market knows that coming quarter numbers will not be that great. So there'll be a decent correction, especially in the consumer centric stock and IT stocks, because that is where the money has been made. So that is where IT is something one should invest into after a correction, and even I'll be looking to buy into, but not at these levels, and will look to wait for some sort of a decline in the IT index to buy into. So basically, in Tata Elxsi, 9,200, 9,300, if you get a chance, 9,000, 9,200, take profits. All right, coming back to my point. So this is about the market. Second point I want to make here, and this is the main, you can say, topic of the, you can say this discussion that we are having. Basically, what I want to say here is that, see, in short-term trading, what people make mistake is they take a lot of trades over a 1 year period. What I want to say here is that in short term investing, if you're doing for 3 months, 6 months, 5 months, 2 months, uh, you wait for your opportunity and you wait for market to be in your, you can say, direction, and then take big trades, make 20%, 15, 20, 25% in these trades, take profits off, and then sit again. So basically, what I want to say is there is the best way to trade in the short term or invest in the short term is to not trade or invest, is to remain in cash. So it sounds very weird and sounds like, okay, if I'll be in cash, then how will I make money? There are many stocks going up. If I could have bought this ABC stock, it would have gone up. I would have made money. If I would have bought into XYZ stock, it would have gone up. See, it has gone up. I'm in cash, should have got in. But that doesn't practically happen. You cannot buy everything that is going to go up all the time at lows and sell at top. What will happen is that you will make certain amount of money in the market, but eventually if you trade a lot or invest a lot for short term and take out money, you will lose a lot as well. So making money will keep on happening, because if you're good at it, that's why you're doing short term investment, you will make money. But making money will be at a certain level. So if you're investing say 1 lakh rupees into the market for 1 year, and you want to trade, yes, you may make more than 20%, maybe 30, maybe 40, even 50%. People make 50, 60% in this market, but that's just about it. So suppose you are able to make 50% in the market in the first 4 5 months, and you take profits off. Then you take another trade. Suppose you start in April, you make money by July. You make that 100, that 1 lakh rupees becomes 1.5. By July, August, you take another trade and set of trades, and then you lose 20% on it, because, and that is also when you're good at taking stop losses and all, you lose 20%. So from 50,000 rupees that you made, you lost around 10 to 15,000. Eventually what you end up with is 35,000. What I'm trying to say is that once you have made your 50,000, be very cautious in what you're buying. Even if you spend the next 6 months not doing anything, you have made 50% in a year. That is a very good amount for you to make in a year. Probably you can take further trades, or if you're taking a second, you can say, set of trades after say 4 5 months, after making 50% for the next 5 months, make it a point that, okay, I look at stocks which could go up in the next 1 year and not 5 months, and can give me 50%. So what will happen is that in the first 6 months you make 50%, and in the next 1 year you end up making 40-50% more. So in 18 months you double your money, and doubling your money in 18 months is quite a good effort. It's an extremely good effort to do that. So that is why making money is not that difficult in the market. If you are good at it, if you have spent at least 5-6 years into the market, you'll be able to make money. But conserving that amount that you have made is the most important part. And what happens is, you make 50 rupees and you lose 15 rupees, you end up with 35 rupees, or you make 50 rupees, you lose 20 rupees, you end up with 30 rupees by the end of the year. And an investor, I can tell you, an Asian Paints could have gone up in a very good year, 30 to 35%. So we could have just bought into an Asian Paints for a year and made 30-35%. So if you want to beat that sort of a return in a very good market, I'm talking about, not in a very bad market, but in a very good market, the market that we are seeing at the moment, the way stocks go up, you do make money. But what happens is you lose very quickly. And that is what I am saying, that this market could go up to 18,000 and reverse very quickly, 5-6%. Mid caps could go down 12 to 15%, and you'll be back to square one. For example, Tata Elxsi, the question that was asked, he bought at 64-6500, the stock is at 9,000. You have to sell. If you're making, even if you bought at 6500 for short term, you have made, suppose the stock has gone up 20%. 20% from 6500 is what, 1300 rupees, 7800. Even at 7800 you should have booked 8,000, you should have booked, because you never know when tide could reverse in the short term. Nobody knows that. So if you're making 20% plus in any of your short term trades very quickly, I mean, as far as I remember, I think Tata Elxsi was around 6,000 in March, end of March. In 1 month, it has gone up 50%. So what one needs to be vigilant of is when you're making 20 to 30%, and that is where my stance has changed over the last 6-8 months. After seeing what has happened with IRCTC, after seeing what has happened with many stocks like India Mart, etc., you cannot stay invested in mid caps, 90% of the mid caps all the time. You have to take out money, buy again, take out money and buy those stocks again on lower levels. So you sell a Tata Elxsi at 9,000, you buy it again at 7,000, 7,500. You sell that again, say at 9,000. Don't sell it at a higher level, but you buy again at 7,200, sell at 9,000. You again make 20 to 23% again. So once you have bought at 6,500, selling at 9,000, you make 40%, and then you buy at 7,200, sell at 9,000, you make another 22% on it. So that is probably the best way to get around this. You will lose money. I have lost money also. Recently I have booked loss of 40% in one of the stocks. You will do that, but you keep on booking 20-25%, and then wait for a correction. And the biggest point here is to wait for a correction, which I am not able to do as well. I am trying to learn that even after so many years, because I have always been an investor, putting in money, leaving it for 2-3 years, and booking a large amount of profits. I've done that. But this market since 2017 has changed completely, and I have realized over by now, in 4 years time, that okay, investing could make you money over 8-10 years, but if you invest for 1 or 2 years in this market, you might be ending up with only 10% gain or no gain at all. Because the market, suppose you invest into a Tata Elxsi or any kind of stock, say a TCS at 3,500 for 3 years, and you believe that over 3 years it could give you 60% return, and the stock goes up 60% in 18 months, and you don't book profits, then what? So that is what is happening with some of the marquee or best of the stocks. So the first thing is to buy the best of the companies. And for that, I won't vouch for myself, but there is a watch list that I'm having at the moment. If you become a member on Patreon, you'll be able to have that. Second thing I want to say here, and just came to my mind, is that most of you on Patreon might not be able to renew the membership. There are a number of people who are not able to renew the membership. They can email me or message me. on Patreon itself and get the WhatsApp membership by paying just 18% GST on top of what they used to pay on Patreon. Because I have to pay GST on any other funding that I get through apart from Patreon, because Patreon membership is their GST I don't have to pay. So that's why it's a clean $10 membership that we are having. So if you're not getting through, your cards are not getting through on Patreon, take a membership there. You can have a look at my watch list. I have maintained for sure those companies that are top class companies that could be bought for short term. There are 39, 40 companies in there that I keep changing. Some companies I keep changing depending on the market condition. So that's why that membership is good, and the same membership, same kind of benefits are being provided for those who are on WhatsApp. So can be on WhatsApp membership, you can be on YouTube or on Patreon. So you can take that. Those who are not able to take membership on Patreon, take a yearly membership on WhatsApp. It's not a monthly membership, it's a yearly membership on WhatsApp. So that's what I can say. I don't recommend stocks a lot. A little I do recommend with stop losses very carefully. So that's my point. And all the trades that you take, it's up to you. Those are all for educational purposes that I put up stocks that one can look at charts and analyze. So basically speaking, buy the best of the companies. If you're not able to do that, you can join my membership. There are about 40 companies that I keep on changing for short term. uh, Buy into them and be patient to book profits at 20%, 25%, and then wait for market declines. Market do decline, but market declines very swiftly, and that's why traders who are good at it, or short-term investors who are good at it, are making a lot of money, because they are able to patiently wait, unlike me, unlike many. So this time around, my motto this financial year is to be patient with cash as much as I can, and then time entry into a particular stock, leave alone the market, a particular company, in a way so that the downside is limited, irrespective of the upside. It will take time. Maybe the upside will take time, but the downside is limited. So uh, that could be the best strategy into the market. And if you have made 40, 50% in the first 6 months of the financial year, better to not trade at all, or to be very very careful in taking any position. What you can do is, if you have traded with 1 lakh rupees, it has become 1,50,000, 1,40,000. Better trade with only 60,000 rupees, 50,000 rupees into the next 6 months, so that even if you lose on 60,000, say 20%, you'll lose 12,000 rupees. That's just about it. So once you have made 1.5 lakh from 1 lakh, you will lose only 12,000 rupees, which is just about 8% of the overall. So you'll end up making 40, 42%. I hope you got my point. So that is basically the way to conserve money and make money over year on year into the market. All right, so I'm ready to answer your queries. Kindly use the super chat, super sticker feature that helps me grow the channel, that help you also ask me questions and eke out answers in greater detail. And do like this video if you like any point. Do like and subscribe to my channel. All right. View on TCS 3750, good levels. I think wait for 3500, 3500 to 3600 levels to buy. If you want to enter again into TCS, then wait for those levels. Wait for declines on the stock. See, Gujarat Alkali and all these chemical stocks, although I have never been positive on it, but this time around, for the next 6 months, I believe somehow, and although I'm not an expert on many of the chemical stocks, but overall, as a space in which commodity type of stocks may perform well, especially chemical stocks which go into consumer stocks, may perform well. I believe consumer stocks for once in the next 6 months may struggle. So you can look at it. I can't say specifically how Gujarat Alkali will work, but most of the chemical stocks, something like an Aarti Industry is good. Sumitomo Chemicals, a disclaimer, I have the stock, is good. PI Industries in the agrochem space look good. UPL on declines at 720, 730 could be looked at. So these are some of the companies, but broadly speaking, I think chemicals in the next 6 months could do well. See, FL India, another stock, a disclaimer that I have. I believe 1370 to 1400 possible in the next 3 4 months. Hold the stock, stop loss. Your stop loss is 1180. I think on declines to 1200, 1220, it could be accumulated. I think it could go to 1150 even. One should hold the stock. I think by next results, it should be beyond 1350, closer to 1400. See, Berger Paints again. I'm not very gung ho on consumer centric stock for the next 6 months. I won't say you buy here. Wait for 17,000 levels to buy into Asian Paints, Berger Paints, etc. So, Mr. Srinivasan, Electra has run up a lot. So, I won't say now is the time to buy or something. Very difficult to say about this. I won't be able to comment. But now it has run up a lot. That's what I can say from the lower levels. Again, Adani Wilmart for me is extremely expensive, and do not get into very expensive stocks like Dixon, DMart, Adani Wilmart, etc. From a short term point of view, I think all these high flying, high PE stocks may correct very sharply. See, QSR sector, oh, see, although they have done well, specialty restaurant and many other companies. Uh, I won't say Burger King and so on and so forth, but I won't say that you just go ahead and buy into them. Again, consumer centric center for the next 6 months, I and avoid. Say Unilever exit around 2200, 2250 if you get a chance, 10% higher. Cummins, you can average, and Cummins, you should have a 1 year to 18 months point of view, not a 3 6 months point of view. If you have more than 1 year point of view, closer to 2 years, yes, you can average Cummins. But Hindustan Unilever, I think 2200 would be good levels to book profits on. And thanks for your contribution. Jindal Drill, see, I don't follow commodity driven stocks, although I know commodity driven stocks may do well, so I won't be able to comment on Jindal Drill. Okay. I don't have any idea at the moment for Adani companies mergers. I won't be able to comment on that as well. BSC again, a stock in which if you're making good money, book profits at 18,000, 17,900 this week probably. If you are wanting to buy a fresh, buy around 17,000. Simple. Zomato is an avoid even at these levels. I think companies like Zomato, Swiggy, even if that got listed, I mean, it's a very dangerous game that Zomato is playing with that 10-minute delivery and all that. I think these are desperate efforts by the company. So I won't get into the stock at all. So Kelpest one can accumulate more at 350, 340. These are good levels, Baljeet, to probably buy more. But have a 2 3 year point of view at least. I think we are in for a big move in Kelpest in the next 6 months to a year. I don't think these levels would sustain a lot, and I don't see a huge downside from here. So KPIT Tech is one of the IT companies that looks good for an up move to 660, 670, can be bought here. Uh, but what I'm trying to say here is that book profits around 660 and then wait for 600, 580 levels to buy more into KPIT. Crompton Graves in an avoid again. Look for companies which do not have effect of inflation, and Crompton Graves will have that. Tata Motors current levels. If you have a 2 year time frame, 1 to 2 year time frame, yes, do buy short term. I think I won't say that it's a good buy. Deepak fertilizers can be accumulated here, and on 5 7% dips, but you can get 15 20% upside on the stock. Adani bar has gone up a lot. If you have bought at lower levels, book profits. If you have not, avoid the stock. It's a pass at the moment. It's gone up a lot. Tata Power around 215, 220 is a buy. I don't know the levels at the moment, but around 215, 220 one should look to buy into it. Avoid PGHL, avoid Nestle, avoid these companies for at least next 2 quarters. There will be pressure on their numbers. Reliance around 2200 is a buy. Again, I feel Reliance will decline, market will decline. Wait for that. Probably by April end, you'll get very good prices to buy these companies at. All right, what else? So JSW steel, see, JSW steel on declines can be accumulated. I think metals may have one more run up, but there will be a decent declines into metal stocks as well. So that's the point. I'm not on diet control, Sheetal. What I am at it, probably Ramzan is starting today, so I'm feeling like or looking like that, but not on a diet control. But yes, I do maintain. Try to we all try to maintain a healthy diet. That's all we try to do because we do very less labor, very less exercise. I can tell you that. So it's better to probably maintain a good diet. That's the call. So on that note, kindly do subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you can get my videos straight away when I post it. And do like my videos here and support me on Patreon. And those who have missed out on paying on Patreon can email me and can take the yearly WhatsApp membership. Thank you. Thanks a lot.